can God be everywhere at the same time and bound in time as a human? How can I have free will and be predestined according to God's will? Hi, I'm Rodger Price, and for nearly 40 years, these kinds of questions kept me an agnostic, an admirer of many Christians, but also a skeptic of the Christian faith. As an engineer by training, I love to understand how things really work. I love logic and order and what's really real. And frankly, I was hung up by the seeming contradictions and inconsistencies in the Bible. It just didn't add up to me. Then something interesting happened in my 30s. My love of physics took me down a rabbit hole into the quantum world. Reading people like Einstein in Time and Light, and Heisenberg on uncertainty, and Schrödinger on reality itself, I began to see that what I considered to be the solid facts of science, knowable, reliable, replicable in a laboratory, actually required a significant amount of faith. That is, putting my trust in things that cannot be proven. These physicists working in the junction of the 19th and 20th centuries discovered that paradox was everywhere. In fact, scientists came to the conclusion that the category of paradox, the both and nature of things, was actually necessary if we were to understand reality. There was no longer a question of whether or not I would be a man of faith. I understood that I already was. I believed in science that couldn't be proved. Suddenly, shelf space was created in my mind for things like the omnipresence of God and the reality of God coming to earth and the very real life of Jesus. So in my late 30s, I put my faith in God. Now, some 3 decades later, I consider myself a man of faith and science. They're not at odds. I'm a disciple of Jesus and a reader of quantum physicists. So I want to invite you to go with me on a journey through my book, Faith and Physics Uncovered. It will take us to the outer reaches of the galaxy and to the infinitesimal smallness of the subatomic. We'll look at the interplay of light and time and consider the experiments that rocked the world of physics over the last century. It's the same scientific rabbit hole that opened my heart to faith in God. Whether you're already following Jesus or you're peering at the borders of the Christian faith like I did for nearly 40 years, I believe the scientific theories and those experiments uncovered in this book will challenge you to grapple with the nature of reality and what you believe to be true, so that like St. Augustine, we might all say, faith is to believe what we do not see, and the reward of faith is to see what we believe. I really hope you'll join me.